There we go. There we go. I fixed it. This is why we test things beforehand. Hello, everybody. Hello. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. It's still early. Hello. I'm just gonna hang out with you guys and ship some stuff. Most of the time, I guess mail day means mailing coming in, and I open mail, but I'm shipping stuff out, so a little different. But I got to sit here anyways, so we're gonna hang out and talk. So I appreciate you guys hopping in. Make sure everything's looking good. Chief Keen, basic trainer, all good. How we doing? Good morning. Basic, congrats on the good pulls. That was epic. Good for you. So happy. John, hello, good morning. How we doing? Thanks for hopping in. Yeah, guys, I'm just gonna get these whatnot stuff shipping. What are you guys want to talk about? What's up? Marshall, hello. Good morning. Appreciate you stopping in. What do I got to talk about? I should have brought something to the table, shouldn't I? So we're not just sitting here randomly talking about nothing. Big weekend for a lot of people down at Leonhardt's pop-up shop, so that was cool. I loved seeing everybody's Instagram and stuff like that. So that was awesome. And I know some people pulled some pretty hot stuff, so that's awesome. Good to know. And heard everything went pretty good, so that's cool. Shipkin says Shill sealed water. I wish I could help out sealed water stuff. Man, I sold some water stuff. I think I talked about it on here before. Maybe I didn't. We had a blue and a silver, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Silver, and water stuff. And last year, we had turned down offers of 20 grand because they're pretty high grades. They were like 9.4s. 9.4. Yeah, 9.4s. Which is really good. Really good. And then the whole scandal of WADA and all that kind of drove those prices into the ground, like completely obliterated prices. And we let them go for auction in December, I guess. And they only went for like 4 grand a piece. So, yeah, that was quite a big hit from what it was last year. So, ouchies. But, you know, what are you gonna do? That's the market. That's how it goes. It is what it is. Yeah, doctor, yeah. It was, pretty tough break there, man. Hey Terry, on Facebook, how we doing? Hey Mason, do you service Xbox One Elite controllers? We do, yeah, Zach works on those. You just gotta bring it in, and then we can see what the cost would be on that. Just depends if you got drift on both of them or something like that. So definitely bring them in. We'll be able to get that taken in. Zach will be back hopefully Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. One of those days. No, he's off on Wednesdays anyways. So probably Thursday. But yeah, bring it in and we will definitely get you squared away on that. Mimikyu for you! Hello, Mimikyu. I'm curious about something. If you place an order for a Pokemon set that is out with a pre-order set, does the entire order not ship until the pre-order set is out? I'm assuming you're meaning on the website. We recently changed that, actually. We have the pre-order stuff coming from a different location. So, if you combine the orders together, you have to pay for separate shipping. So, yeah, we had a lot of people waiting on stuff. We just had, like, stuff just sitting for sometimes months at a time between, a pre-order and then an existing item. So we just have people ship out, or we just have people pay separate shipping, and then we'll ship them separately. It's just easier that way. Yeah. So you can still combine the shipping, or combine the order together, order it all at one time, but you're going to pay for shipping separately regardless. So, makes no difference if you do it separately or together. You're going to pay shipping. Again, that just makes it easy for us to keep track of, and again, we don't have stuff just sitting around everywhere. Metaverse, hello. Gotta catch 'em all. No mercy. Good lord. Okay. That's a take. Somebody out there beating up on the Badoofs in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Going hard. No mercy. Team Trubbish is here. Good morning. Appreciate you hopping in and always being here. You're always here, so I appreciate you. RMA, C, Sport, CG. What's up, boys? What's up to you? Hello, good morning. Doctor says, any thoughts on how people are receiving Brilliant Stars? Yeah, we are, 2 weeks out from pre-release for Brilliant Stars? We're going to start seeing some stuff probably not this week, probably next week. So we're going to see that stuff come out next week. So, all kinds of good stuff surely to come out from that. And we'll be seeing all kinds of other stuff being opened and stuff, things start to quietly leak around. I'll definitely be doing my 2 boxes like I always do for pre-release. When I get my pre-release stuff in, I'll do a live opening of all that stuff as per usual. So I'm looking forward to doing that probably Wednesday-ish next week. So, well, that's always a good time. I always love pre-release stuff, always seeing stuff as it releases. Very, very cool. Let's see. Team Trevor says, too much outsourcing of printers is allowing all these leaks, perhaps? Are you talking about the next, not the coming set, but the next set? Yeah, I actually just got an email for pre-orders for that set opening. But we already knew the name of it because of the wrappers. So, I guess those leaked pictures confirmed because it was actually accurately named. So, yeah, they got a problem. They gotta lock that down over there. Whatever they're doing, they gotta fix it. Tap Rack Bang. Hello. How's the situation on the EV premium collections? Are shipments done, or is your distributor expecting more? I actually got a little bit of a buffer wave here recently. Everything that I was told that we were getting, we have received. So, yeah, those beautiful premium boxes of the Evolutions, those are probably looking like what we got is what we got right now. unless something knocks loose a Pokemon somewhere. What we got is what we got right now, so kind of a bummer. Because I would have loved to have had 5 times the amount of those come through, because it's been really cool. Hi Mike, good morning. Appreciate you stopping in. Bam Media, what's up? Good morning, what's up? How we doing? Marcus on Facebook, how we doing? Good morning. Do y'all sort of Switch controllers that don't slide into the mounts on the Switch? Left Joy-Con no longer locks into the Switch. It will fall off randomly while I'm holding it. Yeah, Marcus, the railing on those can come loose sometimes. So, yeah, we can take care of that for you. If you bring them on in with the Switch itself, we can see if it's the railing itself that needs to be something done with it. And then, like I said, Zach will be in probably Thursday to start working on stuff. So he probably will be. He's got a backlog because he's been out almost a week now. So hopefully the Thursday or through the weekend he'll be able to look at that and get that figured out for you. But yeah, it's a pretty common issue. Hey Jake, good morning. How we doing? What are we shilling today? Oh, I don't know. What should we shill? What can we shill? I don't know. There's not like a lot of nothing to really shill other than I'm shipping Whatnot stuff. Whatnot's going awesome. If anybody that's watching that is over on Whatnot and following me over there, appreciate you hopping in all those. Whatnot is a good time, fun time, really cool way to move card singles. I will probably be on there when Brilliant Stars gets a little more close to release and doing that kind of stuff, so that'll be fun. Bam Media said you need to create more short content, single pack openings, etc. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm just not interested in playing the YouTube game, to be real honest. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot to keep on top of and to keep track of, and it's just, I don't know if it's really worth it. You know? Yeah, I should. I don't want to have to stop and start like a bunch of YouTube shorts when I open up a booster box and then just release them and schedule them to release every day, and who cares? You know, it's just that kind of stuff. I don't know if people really even want to watch that. Like, I would, if I was on a channel and they started releasing stuff like that, I would just unsubscribe because it's annoying. So, yeah, that's me. But maybe I'm wrong. Matt, 2140. Hey Mason, do you buy bulk cards? Man, people are really wanting to offload bulk. Matt, if you're local, yes, we do buy bulk. It's 2 cents per card for store credit. If you want cash, we're doing a penny per card. No energies. Everything else we'll take. If you're not local, I recommend, since you have to ship them anyways, ship them to somewhere else. Because somewhere else is going to pay you a lot more than I'm going to pay you for. So that's what I'm going to recommend if you want to sell bulk, to do it that way. Because I'm just not going to pay you as much as they would. I appreciate you, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, yes, please send me your bulk, when you could probably get better elsewhere. Again, if you have to ship it anyways. Or if you have somebody local, or a local store, take it in there and see if they'll buy it from you. Poke Gang is here. Good morning. How we doing? The Green Shiz. I just subscribed to Green Shiz, so I'm on board. Content is really cool, man. I appreciate you talking to Echo Base the other day. That was a really entertaining conversation, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun to watch your content. So keep up the good work. RMAC Sport. When a buyer purchases a single ungraded card for under $750, seller required. Okay, yeah, that's the eBay thing. Are you asking my opinion on that? Oh yeah, there you go. What are your thoughts on this? Not sure if it's. I haven't done a video about it. I probably should. But yeah, the whole authentication thing is something that eBay's actually done for a while with like sneakers and things, like high-end sneakers. They've actually had this like middle authentication process going on. So that's not really nothing new for eBay. But all my concerns are just like everybody else's, where you're thinking about, are they gonna slow down the process? They have to start sending hundreds of these cards to these authenticators. Is it going to take a big, huge swath of their manpower away from either what they're already doing, and then will it compound and delay shipping on that kind of stuff? All those types of things are things that I worry about and would be concerned about. So yeah, I don't know if I really have anything great to contribute to the conversation that hasn't already been said. Everybody else's takes are pretty spot on. I would say that eBay sees StockX doing what it's doing, and they want to be on par with StockX and kind of give people that freedom, or not freedom, but comfort of mind that what you're buying is authentic. So makes sense. Business wise, makes sense. So yeah. Antler, what the heck? Brave Stars comes out in February? Yes. February 12th, 13th. Whatever that Saturday is pre-release, and then 2 weeks after that should be like the last weekend in February. And then, of course, if you have a local game store and they run organized play, you should go play in their pre-release, because it's awesome and fun time. And they can also sell it on that Monday before that Friday release. So something cool that Pokemon does to kind of just incentivize and take care of LGSs before Walmart's and Targets get it early on Wednesday anyways. So having at least a couple days before them is kind of a nice little gesture. Cardboard Empires, hello, good morning. How we doing? Marcus, yes. So the way Marcus is on Facebook, so you guys on YouTube that can't see it. If you bring the console in, we charge like a bench fee. It's $50, and then the $50 goes towards the repair cost. So this is kind of like an upfront payment that you'll owe, and then we should be able to quote you how much it's going to be, give you an idea of what it's going to cost before you drop it off. So make sure it's all good to go. Jake Pokenomics says he's only doing pack openings from now on. Yeah, that's probably for the best. That's probably, your whole Patreon thing. Patreon.com/Pokenomics_. If you guys want to go check it out. I actually just had a live discussion last night for his Patrons only. Dan from Ketchumwalk Collectibles and Pokenomics has a Patreon. Go support them because they're awesome. And the live was amazing. Dan was talking about PSA and the backlog and processing things through and all the ins and outs of that kind of stuff. So if you like that kind of content, really deep dives, I think he spent an hour or so discussing that stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, the Discord alone is worth the $10. But definitely for all the other Pokenomics content and information, super useful, super great service. So always gotta help out and support Dan and Jake over there doing God's work over there. Basic Trainer is going to ship me bulk to build up some store credit. Understand. Sean says, not a fan of most shorts, but in terms of creation, I see a lot of people doing mashups of the hits and things. Yeah, like Deep Pocket Monster, Pat Flynn does an amazing job doing pack openings, where you have, he opens like 2 boxes worth of stuff in like 5 minutes because he has multiple stuff going on all at once. But then you get into like editing and you gotta edit stuff. Card Shop Candids already takes up enough of the time for me. With editing, that's about the extent of the editing that I want to do. I'll even think of a bit that's I think is funny. I don't put it in because meh. So yeah. RMAC says, you're right, I can't wait to buy a card off eBay in February and not get it until March. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Kevin Sickles was talking about Brilliant Stars boxes, getting those boxes on the 25th of February. Yeah. It's a good set. Obviously, we're yet to see the whole totality of what we got going on in Brilliant Stars, but it's too loaded to be bad? Is that a dangerous thing to say? Probably that's a dangerous thing to say, but I really like it. I like, from the pool of stuff that we could get, I think it's really a nice set that we could be getting. So from that standpoint alone, I think it's just awesome. RMAC Sports says, another question. How many of your new waves of Darkness Ablaze have the seal circle on the front where the seal doesn't fully cover the box, leaving a circle on the front? I have never heard that before. And I don't have any new waves of Darkness Ablaze, so I've never seen that. Sometimes there is heat issues where the shrink wrap will have like a hole in it, or it gets stretched too thin, and we'll have like a little thing in like a corner or something like that. But where it's a big full circle like that, it's kind of weird. They probably should have fixed that at the factory, but yeah. Joseph Hoffman says, literally watching the Card Shop Candid video that popped up in my notifications. Yeah, buddy. That's a good one. I like the talking about store credit. Again, it's a very mysterious thing about card stores and how that works and how we calculate it. Not really. It's very cool. It's a cool system. Good for you. Good for people that are in the hobby and like are going to be spending money there anyways. It's all the better. Just get more money on top of that. Makes sense. Absolutely. And then Joseph says, how are things this morning? We're good, man. Just hanging out. Antler asks, can you comment on Cardboard Empire's choice of glasses? I like the strong glasses of Cardboard Empire's that he has. I like kind of minimal stuff, but people with thick frames, it's alright. It's fine. Mike Watson asks, how long does editing take? Depends how much work you want to put in. Editing can take as long as you want it to be. Really long. But for the Card Shop Candids, I have the intro and the outro, so I just like spread those apart, delete the video that's in there, and then push in the new video, smush them back together. That's all it is. So unless I want to do something crazy, I don't want to. I normally don't. I just push it together and send it out. And then exporting it takes a little bit, but they're normally not like half an hour videos. Yeah, Sean, appreciate you. Sean says he loves the Card Shop Cannons. They're gold. Absolutely. Squigs! Hey, Sean. How we doing? Good morning. Real, recognize real. That's right. Omnipoke asking, how did you enjoy the Flesh and Blood Feral to Wraith drafts? Seems like a perfect way to push some IRL play. Yeah, I really like that concept. Whether or not it's actually for real, like, hey, we're never gonna have this ever again. I think that's a weird, dangerous place to be in with TCGs, just because, who knows? But yeah, it's an awesome concept that if you're gonna do a draft, and if your game is supportive of drafting, that you can draft it and have a good time with it as kind of like a send off, and having like a supportive like pool from the store itself or from the company itself is really awesome because it'll bring people out. Whereas for a set that's been out for 6 months or a year or however long a print run lasts, it's going to take some incentive to get people back out there after they've been seeing it going on for forever. So getting something from Legend Story Studios and you know, having this type of hype around it and like a cool promo or something like that to give away is definitely a good idea, and again, a good way to get people to come out that normally would not otherwise. So I really like Flesh and Blood's organized play just in general. They do a really good job of like monthly kits. They have like themed kits and promos and things that they kind of push out, and they have like marketing materials and stuff that is based around that. So like for Christmas, they had like a Christmas theme of stuff that they sent out. I'm sure as we get closer to the Everfest is going to have stuff built around that, and it's going to push it out for organized play. So I really like that idea and how they really help stores brand it and make it something new and refreshing every month, as opposed to you know, Pokemon would send out awesome promos every I don't know if it was every month, maybe it was every 2 months or so. We get new promos, which are awesome and great, and if they're really good cards, all the better. But yeah, every month something fresh and like a new poster to put up and something like that is really cool, and it's a nice thing that they do. They are really doing a great job pushing that kind of stuff out and helping stores drum up interest in otherwise, you know, just another Tuesday of Flesh and Blood. They kind of make it refreshing and interesting. Kev Sickles asking, do I ever get high on my own supply? Do I collect anything? No, Kev. You cannot peddle. Wait, you cannot. I said it back. I always get it backwards. You cannot meddle in what you peddle. I'm a strong believer in that. I have a couple cards that I keep. They're cheap. They're not like it's super stonky or the most expensive stuff I have in the store. Nothing like that. I keep a couple of cool cards that I like. I have a couple of stained glass birds sealed, stuff like that. Those cards are like, what, $10? Who cares? I have some of those kicking around at home, but everything else is here. Everything else is the stores. Even like the deck I build, and it's the stores. I don't buy and, you know, take it home and stuff like that. So it's all part of the business, man. Everything stays with business. Everything is business property, and I enjoy things while we have them. But then I move them on and get rid of them and move on to a new home. That's how it has to be. At least for me. At least that's how I have to have it, or else, yeah, I would just have all kinds of stuff. But yeah, Jason, yeah, I don't. There's no like Pokemon or anything that I collect specifically. I just I enjoy the stuff, keep it rolling. I get it in, I appreciate it, and then I let it go. Pork Chop. Hello, good morning. Bird Stars jumping to $100 in ETB? Absolutely not. The ETBs are gorgeous. They're awesome. Beautiful theming, white and gold, Arceus on it. Looks great. I do not expect anything in Brilliant Stars to stonk ridiculously. If I had to guess, and we've already seen the trend, a little bit of all like Evolving Skies at release. We're at what, like 120 a box, 130 a box right now, and that's a great little pocket that you want to sit in for a new release product, and not typical. So that still tells me that demand is really strong, and obviously it's a great set. So the demand is definitely there. I think as we see things opened more and more, that especially in this 2-week period right here in the pocket, when pre-release happens, and then after pre-release until the actual release, we're going to see a lot of product being opened, and then that'll drum up some hype as well. And it'll keep those prices really, really strong. Because if haven't blown out the prices already 2 weeks before pre-release, I would expect them to be pretty nice and steady right where we're at right now. So that's awesome. That's good to see. That's a healthy place to be. And yeah, I see boxes. It depends on how fast we eat through the supply. We're going to see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the prices after release could dip a little bit. But then, again, if we burn through the supply before we get to April, when the Wave 2 is supposed to hit, we could see the prices start to creep up a little bit, just for like we saw in Evolving Skies. Very similar, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how hard people want to go on these character rares and what we get from the sets. I know that we have a selection of like 40-ish, and we're only getting like 25 or somewhere. I don't know what the numbers are exactly. But we'll see what exactly we're getting and how hyped people want to be. Obviously, tons of good stuff in Brilliant Stars. But yeah, I don't think we're going to have a runaway train situation where things are just going to explode and just be super expensive. And where we're at right now is just like in a good, nice spot. Pac Menace? Is that Mason? It is. It's me. Clay Cardboard Empires. Do you keep binders in store? Lots of people come in asking to see binders. I just keep the choice stuff in the case. Yeah, we have glass displays. You know we have, Clay. But for the sake of the conversation, I'll entertain you. We do more expensive stuff in the case. And then we do, our website has inventory of all of our commons and uncommons, all that other stuff. And then people just, if people want to see that kind of stuff, we just direct them to the website, because the website is accurate, and it's, per every card, you can just type it in just like you would at TCG Player or anywhere else, and buy them that way, check out, and then we have set boxes in the back that we go and just pull, and they're all numbered, and they're, set organized, and then we pull the set cards that way. We don't have binders or anything like that. It's much easier to put them in a 5-row and with dividers in them, and just do it that way. And then instead of having like binders and you gotta refill the binders, and it's a hassle. So we just do the set boxes and do it that way, and have the website take care of it all. Yeah, it's loading all that stuff in, like at a set release or something like that. And you have to go through and like say, yes, I have 8 of these, I have 10 of these, I have 11 of these. That is annoying, but then it's done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then as we sell through that stuff, we just replace and replenish that stuff with the extra bulk that we get in. So what's the easiest way to do it? That's the most efficient way. Porkchop says, my local game store turned into a bunch of pansies during the pandemic. Scared to have anyone in the store. How do I respond to this? Everybody has different comfort levels where they're at. Everybody's going to want to do what they want to do. Some places are a little more protective than others, and some places are more accommodating, and they just, if you're comfortable coming in, come in, and we'll just be as we are. Like we require masks, so Pokemon Organized Play actually requires masks as of the last Organized Play sheet I saw. They were some waffling on that, but I think that is still in effect. So depending on what you're doing, and if you want to keep your up to standard for organized stuff, organized isn't officially in set, but we're getting people used to having to do it, so that's where we're at. But yeah, it's just the store's comfort level, the customer's comfort level. It's not complicated. It's very simple and straightforward. Either you want to come out and play, or you don't. And if you want to go to a store that requires masks or doesn't, or whatever, it's all about comfort levels. So if it's working for you, awesome. If you don't want to do whatever the store is asking you to do, find somewhere else to play, or just play in your kitchen, or do whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's hard as a store to figure out what people want to do. It's hard to know what the customers want to do, the players want to do, with the companies that you're partnering and running their games want you to do. It's all complicated. Pat Flynn, good morning. Hello. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in. Play Safe Games out here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Anonymous is saying buying lots, keeping a few, and selling the rest is pretty much the bread and butter of the hobby for a lot of people. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people that will buy a big collection. They'll take out the one card that they really want, and then sell off the rest. I know a lot of people do that kind of stuff, so that's not uncommon at all. I know that people do that. For simplicity's sake, I'm pretty minimalist as it is. Like my Flareon, right there. That was a gift to me. It's not something I bought. I got this empty MetaZoo box, and all my MetaZoo garb, like my ears, my moth ears and my moth eyes, I got in the back. And I'm gonna have some stuff back there when I get a shelf to put in. So I'm gonna have that kind of stuff up just for the sake of recording. But yeah, I'm pretty minimalist as it is. So yeah. Kev asked, do I sell Jazzware Silver Pokemon? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Jason says, I'm a distributor, but I learned that I don't burn through my own supply. Yeah. Oh, your average player says 30 of the 70 character rares of the pool. Yeah, absolutely. I knew it was somewhere in there. 70 is a lot. So that means the next couple sets are going to have character rares in them. Or they're going to do maybe some promo boxes or promo stuff with them. They can do anything. I try not to assume anymore, because Pokemon's going to do their own thing. So yeah, it's kind of I kind of have stopped guessing or trying to guess what they're going to do, because it's always different, and things that used to be the case are no longer the case for Pokemon. Pokemon is a very long-standing business that has done things a certain way, but then here recently it seems like they are not concerned about staying in that mold anymore. So they are just doing whatever they want. Anyway, that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. Lord knows, whatever they want to do, they can afford it. So it doesn't matter. But yeah. Jason says, yeah, I collect full cards. I work in the warehouse, but I really touch my own supply. Try to make sure everyone gets theirs. Of course. Obi-Wan Kenobi, hello. Good morning. He says, always appreciate the quality of cards that you pick up from your shop. When you say something is near mint, you mean it. Absolutely. We have a joke that there's near mint and then there's cardinal near mint. So, yeah, we make jokes about that a lot. But yes, we are pretty stringent and pretty firm on the quality of stuff that we when we say something is a certain grade or a condition, that we mean it. So yeah. Yes, Playscape. Yeah, that's what I knew that was the last thing that I heard too. So, with masks in the play area. So. Pokenologist here. Hello. Good morning. Good to see you. Yes. Again, I'm keeping up with chat. I'm a terrible multitasker, so Pat Flynn is making me look bad as how efficient he was shipping. So, but yeah, I'm trying to keep things moving. In fact, I'm gonna multitask a little bit better. Clay says, when they go out of business, tell them to shoot me an email to liquidate that inventory. Who? Who's going out of business? And why would I give you a crack before I get it? That doesn't make any sense. Your average player says, I just found out that MetaZoo's Kickstarter was printed in China. Do you think this can create a problem for manufacturing fakes, since most of the fraudulent printing of cards comes from China? Interesting. An interesting thought that I haven't had a thought of. Uh-oh. Oh, I know who that is. That is a delivery. I'm going to be right back there, guys. Let me go grab this delivery real quick. Just be a couple seconds. Oh, there we go. Had to go get my cables that I have to complete my setup over here. I need some longer cords, so had to get those shipped in. What were we talking about? Oh, your average player was saying MetaZoo fakes. I don't. Probably not. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be too overly concerned. I would think that a company that prints stuff officially for people would probably want to keep those kind of contracts, and if they heard about things being faked and leaked out and coming from, the factory where they came from, kind of ruins the business. So even the printers that made like the MetaZoo Kickstarter stuff is, still high quality, high production, very expensive printers. So I'm sure they don't want to miss out on more business that way. It'd be kind of silly to just throw away your business to make, a quick $100,000 in Kickstarter MetaZoo. It should be kind of weird because people would know exactly where it came from. So yeah. Jason asks, any Gengars, Hunter, or Ghastly reverses? I'll keep those when mint. Yeah, Jason, you'll have to look on the website, Cardinal Gaming, cardinalgaming.com, and see if we have any on there. I really don't know, unfortunately. The Real Souljack asks on Twitch. Hello to all the Twitch guys. How many people do you get for Pokemon regularly? It varies, especially here in the winter with weather and things like that. I think on Saturdays, I don't work Saturdays, so I think on Saturdays they get anywhere from like 6. I think the biggest amount they've had was 12 here recently, and that's not crazy numbers, but again, for a pandemic and the middle of winter, can't be too picky. So, but for like pre-releases and things, we normally sell out pretty well of those. Like I just posted Brilliant Stars pre-release stuff for this weekend, or sorry, 2 weekends from now. So yeah, I'm sure we'll sell out of those for sure. Pat says, meant the 25th anniversary Silver Pikachu. Oh, I do not get that type of plush. I think that's only like, people that have, contracts with them. All the things that I carry, like plush-wise, I have to buy from Pokemon Center just like everybody else. So I have to go on the website and buy stuff to have stuff in store. So kind of annoying, but I wish they would work with smaller people, even if they had to just go through like sanctioned stores. I think it'd be really cool to be able to order stuff off Pokemon Center website. But yeah, that's not going to happen. Playscape says 30 TG. I'm guessing is like the character rare. Cards and Pro Stars are like the Shiny Vault, makes of character rares. Yeah, so they'll probably be in the reverse slot, and they'll be, just like the trainers that we had in like Cosmic Eclipse, I'm sure. And more in the May set. Yeah, makes sense. Blue Clark caught a live stream. Hey Mason, I appreciate you. Glad you enjoy the videos. I enjoy making the videos, so we will keep this relationship going. Jason says, okay, I got questions. Got any weird products slip through? I got a weird XY Evolutions mini tin with a red box. I think it was meant for Walmart's. Yeah, I have no idea what those sort of Evolutions mini tins are. Weird. As far as like weird products, I mean, I have like a couple of like error things, like one of the Shining Fates, like the tins with the Bolton and all those promos. I have like the Cramorant Shiny in like a Bolton tin, which is kind of like a weird oddity, but wasn't like weird enough to be like super expensive, but is weird enough to at least not sell. So, yeah. Clay, Cardboard Empires. Hot take. Here we go. You guys ready for this hot take? Someday, near mint reverse hollows will carry a premium, even in commons and uncommons. I think reverses kind of have a premium, especially playable stuff. I mean, playable reverses are definitely better than just normal standard whatevers. So I don't know if that's a hot take. Um, there are some stuff in reverse that can be a lot more rare than, you know, if you think like of an uncommon, I'm sorry, a non-hollow rare. If you have a reverse hollow version of that card, the pool of reverse hollows is the entire set basically, minus the ultra rares. Whereas in the rare slot, you'd be competing with ultra rares, hollows, and then regular rares as well. So a reverse of a regular rare would be more rare than a regular non-hollow rare. Does that make sense? I'm confused. Keith, hello, good morning. What are you streaming on? I'm using OBS Streamlabs through OBS, so that's how I'm able to go on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. It's a little bit, but it's worth it just because I can set it up and then I can go. And I can have like, you know, overlay stuff like that, and it's super easy, and it's you know, just like making like a PowerPoint slide basically for stuff like that. So it's fun. I like reverse hollows myself. I can't believe people consider them bulk. I had somebody like give us, it wasn't a 5-row, but it was a 3-row of modern, just all reverses, reverse rares, reverse commons and uncommons, and all that stuff. So they definitely get lumped in with the rest of stuff, just like anything. Yes, it wouldn't be a stream and me talking about MetaZoo if there wasn't a random commenter saying MetaPoo. It's a very common thing I see in pretty much everywhere, in every discussion ever about MetaZoo. Thank you. Clay says, I'm waiting on MetaZoo right now. What do you mean? Like you're waiting on MetaZoo to take off? Like in-store play? What do you mean? I ordered many near mint reverse hollows from Sword and Shield in the past, and most were scratched. Yeah, the more that people have them in just like bulk, just loose laying around, you know, the friction on those full hollow faces are going to be getting scratches on them. Definitely happens. So I do know people just collect reverse hollows as well, or like they'll just have, instead of just the regular art, they'll have the reverse hollow in their set binder when they go to complete a set. So I definitely have had people buy like 50, 60, 70 reverse hollows at a time from our store at whatever they cost are, like, you know, 25 cents, 50 cents, whatever it is. Just because it can be hard to find. Because they, you know, in these big giant sets, when every of 200 cards can be in the reverse hollow slot, they can be hard to pull, definitely. So they do have a good value. Just finding that one person that might want them. Pokémon Fun says, for only 2,500 Kickstarter boxes, I've seen a lot of them with only 2,500 in existence. You wouldn't think there were as many common as they have been seen. I think you may be thinking about it too hard there. I think, and you gotta remember, a lot of those 2,500 boxes are also being passed around to each other among people. So, you know, boxes could be passing through multiple people's hands as they get more and more expensive. So, I would say, don't think about it too hard. Make sure you got do your due diligence of checking out the seals and all that. But yeah, 2,500 is still a good amount of stuff to be out loose and out in the wild. Obviously, there's less than that, but yeah, even if there's several hundred of them being passed around, if you see them on eBay selling, coming and going, it's still a lot. So. Yeah, so people don't know, Basic Trainer, who's in the chat, pulled the base set Charizard. Was it base set or base set 2? Basic. You have to remind me. But yeah, super awesome hit at the pop-up shop this weekend, so that was cool. Yes, I do get Saturdays off now. Fridays and Saturdays. What a wild time. That I still just. I got an email the next day that 2 were refunded because they're out of stock. But my order form says it was paid. Obibong, you'll probably have a pack slip that we use to pull the orders that says that they were still paid for, but yeah, they won't be paid for, so you're good. Don't worry about it. Basic Trainer needs a YouTube channel, and he refuses. I don't know why. Do you still get the store credit, like the rewards points? Yes. Obviously, yes, you'll still get the credit, the points for those. Even the refund amount, you should still get the points, because I don't know that the system won't remove points because it's not integrated that way. So you're fine. I understand your question, but yeah. Jake, Chickering? Okay. Jake says, how do you think this new tax law on Mercari and other selling sites are gonna up the prices on cards? No. It'll probably just make it more competitive, and the people that have not been paying their taxes will probably just not sell on there anymore. And they'll go on Facebook or wherever else. Realistically, that's, people that don't want to pay their taxes are not going to pay their taxes. They're just going to find somewhere else to sell their stuff. It's not going to stop them from doing what they're doing. So, yeah, it's. Jason says, yeah, if you look at the reverse hollow too hard, it'll scratch itself. Definitely. Clay says, okay, I'm going to come up with stronger takes for next time. Don't waste them here, Clay. Go make some videos for the channel. I've been waiting for the next channel video to come up. I've been waiting a little while. So if you can just, come up with some salty take and make a video, that'd be great. Thank you. Pokey and Fun says, PSA 7 is technically intermint. Correct. Absolutely. Clay, you have a loading dock? Man, I'm jealous. I wish I had a loading dock. Even here at this new warehouse, we don't have a loading dock. It's not like super necessary, but yeah. Now, Pokemon says I bought a sealed Mothman Kickstarter pack art from Z&G. I don't have any extra money to hold on to anything. I'm glad James got a good sell then. That's awesome. You'd love to see it. Oh, there was only 100 base set blisters? Interesting. I didn't know it was a limited amount like that. Yeah, I'm sure all the base set stuff probably flew. They're definitely probably the first packs that people wanted to open. One of Versailles and Celebrations, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of just everything Celebrations out there. But yeah, Celebrations is definitely still bulk. For sure. Cardboard Investments, hello, how we doing? Flesh and Blood to the Moon. I don't know if it's to the moon, but I would definitely say it is doing well. It is definitely a game that people enjoy. And they're just doing a great job with it. They're being really smart about how they are releasing it. And all the stuff that they're doing with it. So they're doing a great job with it. So much to their credit, they are making very smart decisions when it comes to how the game is being ran and the decisions that they're making. So they're doing a great job. As an LGS owner, no complaints as far as Legend Story Studios goes. Now we're talking Bandai. I talked about some stuff about Bandai. Hi, Nate.
Hey, man.
What's up? What do you need?
Are there any dry erase markers up here?
I don't use those. There might be one with Jake and Kaylee in there.
Yeah. I was looking around. I haven't seen any. That's somehow the one that was in my room got dried up while I was gone.
They bought probably a ton of them. Is there not a box of them sitting there maybe on the wire shelf?
Okay, thank you.
Gump Rave, hello. Good morning. If you're on the West Coast. Good afternoon if you're on the East. Everfest hype. Yeah. Everfest is pretty hype. They're doing a great job with that too. From what I've seen, seems like they're making some good moves on that. I think it's like not a reprint set, but you know, there's a lot of good reprints in there. So. John says, unless you deal exclusively with cash, any marketplace that handles payments will send you a $10.99 after $600. Yeah, that's the thing about Facebook Marketplace. They don't care. So yeah. I think Facebook Marketplace will say, hey, have you sold this? Instead of saying yes, they'll just be like, yeah, no, I didn't sell it. I mean, what? You can't force people to pay taxes. You just can't. There's not a way to do that. It's silly. They can definitely make it harder, but people are going to do what they want to do. Basic Trainer says, I love your deep philosophical takes. Cardboard Empires. But I guess they're deep, you know. Tyler Cox on Facebook. Tyler, hello. Says I bought a box of Brilliant Stars in the break. Will you be opening it? And I'll need the hot hands working for me. You know, when I pull cards for other people and open boxes for other people, I normally do a pretty good job. So I'm excited about it. I'm glad to have somebody that actually bought into it it is actually going to be. So I have more boxes open after release. I think it's going to be cool. So I appreciate you opting into the live break, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. What time and date will the break be? I think I had it on the listing for that. It comes out, we could sell it on that Monday, the 21st of February, so I'll probably do it over the weekend before that. And then it'll be ready for you, be picked up on Monday. We'll have it here ready for you, so. Jason says he's thinking of another question. Appreciate you. Keep them coming. That's why I'm here. Oh, here we go. Roger that asks, what are your thoughts on Chilling Reign long term? Okay, we can talk about this. Chilling Reign is a set. I love the cards in the set. I think it's really cool. I think them being based off the video game and the DLC from the game, I think it's really good, really strong. The response to that DLC wasn't great. And the response to the big head onion goat guy was kind of a meh. And it's just a weird concept. A lot of people don't like that whole Calyrex situation. I just think it's weird and kind of creepy, which I can kind of get behind, kind of agree. So, but besides them, I think the playability of it, once that falls off, that the birds are going to be always good. I like the design of the birds. I think they're going to be good. Alt arts are awesome. The entire selection of alt arts from that set are really strong and really good. So, hard to say anything against the set itself, like the contents of the set itself. I think it's really strong. It's a really strong set. The situation that you get into when you're surrounded by a set like Evolving Skies. Are you going to buy Evolving Skies, or are you going to buy Chilling Reign? That's kind of always been like the hard part of where Chilling Reign is. Just when you're followed up by an awesome set, that's kind of hard to compete against that. But I think it's going to be very similar to what Battle Styles does. It's going to be very similar to what Fusion Strike does. I think Fusion Strike is actually going to be a little better, just because I think Fusion Strike was down, and hype for Pokemon was down at the time of Fusion Strike. We're kind of like flatland a little bit. After Celebrations, we kind of got oversaturated with stuff, and money went bye-bye for a lot of people. And then Fusion Strike came around, and people were like, well, bought all the Celebrations, so. I think Fusion Strike's going to do better, because there's going to be less people that bought it, I think. So people might go back to it and say, yeah, I'll buy some Fusion Strike stuff now. But it's hard to compare Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, and Fusion Strike when you have Evolving Skies in the middle of it doing crazy things and amazing things. So I think all things comparative to Evolving Skies is going to be kind of meh, but they're good sets. Like, I still say Modern Pokemon right now is the best looking stuff that they've ever had put out. The art is absolutely on point. the stuff that they're doing. It looks great. So, yeah, Future Strike was a big set. It had a lot going on with it. A lot of trash Vs and low value stuff into it. But, yeah. That's my thoughts on Chilling Reign. That's what I think. We were playing again. What's your name on whatnot? It's the same as the channel, just without the spaces. So all together, Cardinal Gaming, just without spaces. Tyler on Facebook, super hype about the Brilliant Stars opening. Yeah, man, I'm excited for you. Hopefully I get some more guys interested in doing box breaks on the channel, and yeah, make like a nice little series of it. That'll be cool. Toasty, hello, good morning. Appreciate you hopping in, hanging out. Anonymous says Chilling Reign is definitely one of the sets of all time. I'm assuming you're going to say you meant best sets of all time? I can confirm that it is definitely a set. It is a set. I know what you meant, Anonymous. You're good. Cardboard Investment says, mainly a Pokemon collector, but hooked on Flesh and Blood. Have diamond fingers when it comes to Pokemon, but fab, I open everything. Got a sealed alpha box and 2 alpha deck bricks for deep storage. Yeah. We'll see what happens with Flesh and Blood as they become more of a player's game, less of a collector's game. You know, as the stonks of everything was crazy. Obviously, Flesh and Blood was right there with them, with everybody wanting to buy and collect all that too. But we'll see long term what people want to do with it. Let's see if there are actual collectors for it. We could get to a point to where the playability kind of hurts the game, because the people that will be interested, it'd be like Magic, where you know people are buying things to play with, and for the stuff that's out of print or maybe they can't get your hands on anymore, you know, players are going to start buying up the stuff that's meant to be collectible if it's like a particularly good card that they haven't had a reprint for. So we'll see what it does for prices, but you know, just a thought that we're thinking about. We think of a first ed being for collectors and unlimited being for players. What if we go through unlimited, or the sets become so old that that card in any print is hard to find, you know? So we'll see. Flesh and Blood is a unique experiment that there's not really any comparison to, you know? We don't have first edition stuff in a lot of other games. Other than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Just everything's first edition, so very rarely are there stuff that's not first edition, so it's always interesting. Gump Brave says Chilling Reign equals best quality ever. I mean, okay. Verted Tears in a minute. Mostly due to solid Altards and that amazing Snorlax, which makes us surprise Glory Moltres Alt V. And is holding surprisingly well. What? You're saying that Golden Snorlax is more expensive. Hold on, I gotta fact check this. Hold on. You're saying that the Golden Snorlax is more expensive than the Galarian Moltres with the moon in the background. Hold up, let me see. Hold up. go. Snorlax. Secret. Hold on. 80 $80 for that guy. Okay. Now we'll see. Galarian. Fortress. Ultimate Full Art. $79. 79. It's right there. Very close. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Both of those. $80. That's the price of your box back. Jeez. Fast B says, just joined. Any plans of getting more Vivid Voltage booster boxes? Fast B, no one that I know of. I think Vivid Voltage is done. We're probably out of Vivid Voltage, and probably will not be any major restocks. So unless Pokemon wanted to go and just do a little reprint action on that, just to keep it in kind of circulation while it's in standard for a little bit longer, maybe. But yeah, Vivid Voltage is probably done, if I had to guess. I have no idea. Pokemon does anything, whatever they want, but that is my opinion. Jason says, Shill Rain has a lot of variety of nice cards. Evolving Skies is fantastic. Future Strike and Battle Styles makes you upset. Correct. Yes, Pac-Man, I believe. I agree. The bird alt arts are great. Fantastic. Gang 9 says, what is your favorite all-time set of cards? Gang 9, my favorite Pokemon set is probably Team Rocket Returns. The art in that is awesome. The even the commons and uncommons are great. I love just seeing the dark, sinister side of cute, cuddly creatures, and them being evil kind of is just a fun, interesting thing, a neat take for me. So I think that's cool. But yeah, the art is crazy in that set. So Team Rocket Returns is probably my favorite Pokemon set. Your average player says, I wish we actually had any LGS in Norway. Hold up. You're telling me in all of Norway there's not a game store? How can that be possible? Are you sure? I'm gonna believe you. Just seems hard to believe. Toasty says, how are you liking Whatnot so far? Whatnot is remaining really good, really strong. Like I said before, it's just a super strong platform for a business like mine. Just go on there and just I'm not gonna say fire sale stuff, but just to go on there and just whatever people want to bid on and whatever they want to pay for it, and just let it go. So yeah, all the stuff that I'm selling on there, is stuff that either I don't have a local market for, or it would be time intensive, like modern Japanese stuff, for example. Last night I was doing lots of 12 cards, so 12 Vs, or 12 V Maxes, or 12 of the EVs I did, and I sold them off, and it wasn't for a lot. 12 cards for like, I think they went for like $20 or less than $20, but still, that's way better than me making 12 individual listings for $2 and making $24. You know what I'm saying? So it's when I have vast quantity, and I do have vast quantity of stuff just because I'm buying and selling all the time, and I'm taking stuff out of my inventory all the time. It just makes a lot of sense to go on Whatnot and shoo it away. So there's a lot of shenanigans and whatnot that I don't really like, and I don't like even necessarily like being a part of, with these raffles and spin games, and everybody pays, and then you're in a duck race where it's just like a random generated thing, and you're given a number, and it's it's gambling. But yeah, I don't do any of that. I don't do any nonsense like that. I run auctions, I run cards, and people pay what they want to pay, and then we move on to the next card. So I like it in the way that I do it, and people that come to my stream seem to appreciate that as well. So I've attracted those kind of buyers that I just want to. If I'm going to pay you money, it's going to be for a card that I want, and not just a chance at something. You know what I mean? And that makes more sense. So yeah. Hopefully, as Whatnot gets more fleshed out and gets more like businesses and people that actually either have a following already, or a business that has a lot of good inventory that you can keep circulating. You don't have to do these silly, weird games. They just have, like, I have a box, a 5-row of just stuff that I want to sell and whatnot. Like, it's right over here. Like, it's right there. That entire box is all full of stuff that I want to sell and whatnot. So I have plenty of cards to sell through on there. And like I said, that's either overstock or stuff that Japanese stuff that I have to make listings for and put more effort into. Or I can throw it on Whatnot and get like 15-20% of less than what I would on eBay, but it's fine because it saves me the effort. So once you understand the give and take like that, it's a good platform. And as a buyer, it's also good because it's a good place to get cheaper cards. You just have to sit through and bid on the auctions. Yep. Make up some ground. People are talking about the prices for stuff. Michael Spalding says, do you think the Leafeon Glaceon V boxes are going to be as difficult to find as the Evolution Premium boxes? The Leafeon Glaceon V Star boxes, I'm assuming you're talking of. I definitely have more of those, so I don't think they'll be hard at all to get your hands on. I would guess that you will probably definitely be able to find them in stores and in Walmarts and things. So yeah, I wouldn't spend much money trying to pick them up, or pay, like, pre-order them way in advance. So yeah, you'll probably be good just holding off and waiting for Target or Walmart or something like that to pick those up. Yo, let's go. The Flex God's in here. How we doing? Let's see what he says. A Team Rocket Devastation deck, 2 Gym Hero First Ed packs, a base set pack, and 3 jungle packs for $1,200. Hold on. What's 3 jungles, a base set, okay. 2 Gym First Eds. I don't know what those are worth right now. Probably a little bit, huh? I don't know, Flex Gods. You can probably get them under. You can get them under $1,000. Look, do some smooth talking. play the game, hit them a little bit back and forth and get it to under 1,000. You can do it. Jason asks, any ETB reprints coming out that you know of? Or Vivid Voltage or Champions Path ETBs? I don't know of any ETBs reprints at all right now. We got a little bit more of Evolving Skies of the Eevee. The 2-print of the Eevee Evolving Skies ETBs, but that's all I've seen. And that was a while ago. That was before Christmas. So yeah, ETBs are kind of in hard supply. Celebrations, definitely have Celebrations reprints. ETB seems to be what they want to stock of those. There's a wave of Celebrations coming through right now, distribution, where it seems to be, we're getting a lot of stuff through, like the lunchbox tins, whatever they're called, the metal tins. A new wave of those, and then, what was the last thing? Oh, more of the Lance's Charizard Dark Sylveon boxes. We had those. Those are the last things that came through distribution. So Celebrations is getting more stuff circulated through. So if you're waiting on Celebrations or wanting to get more Celebrations, there seems to be more on the way. Gumbrave was asking any insight on the Evolution VMAX boxes. I have been sent out all that I was told I was going to get. I did recently just get them. It was probably last week now, sometime. So they were way delayed. But I got all that I was promised. So whether or not they're going to make some more, or they're going to, or Pokemon has some more hidden away somewhere, I don't know. I was saying earlier, I wish that I had 5 times the amount of those boxes, and that they were, good price so people could pick them up. But yeah, they're going to be hard to find, and looks like they're going to stay that way. So. Pokebob says, if I wanted to order a case of booster boxes or 2, could you do that for me? Do you mean like modern stuff? Or just like random old stuff? Because if it's anything other than like the stuff I have in stock, I'd be buying it from the same place you are. So it's not, it wouldn't be any benefit to you to go through me. So, on something modern, Pokebob, eBay is probably your best bet on that. Cardboard Investments asks, is this the time to buy vintage Pokemon? The time to buy vintage Pokemon was 3 years ago. I think we... not to shill again, but Pokenomics is Patreon, patreon.com/Pokenomics_. If you go there, they have discussions on all this stuff, and just Pokenomics in general is a great or great channel to watch for these types of takes that from Jake that is far more knowledgeable and on top of things than I am. But my take is that prices are lower than what they have been. This is the lowest they've been in a long time. For some things, not everything, but for a lot of things. And that vintage stuff, you're talking like WotC. When you say vintage, I'm assuming you mean like base set, fossil, jumble, that kind of stuff. I would say that right now is probably as good a time, anytime soon, to buy these, just because they have gone way down, and then nobody knows what the future is going to do. So If you have, I want to make a move on those. Yeah, now would probably be a good time to be scooping some stuff up, because it definitely seems the market has mellowed out, and we're not going lower per se, and we're not really necessarily even going higher. On again that base set 2 jungle fossil, that kind of stuff is, and of course some of those, it's been on good condition. If you're talking graded or non-graded, if you're talking just like raw cards, you just want a raw binder of stuff. Right now is as good a time, and if you're talking, $1 to $5 somewhere in there of a range of a card, if you just want to buy it raw, sure, buy it right now, and so that way you don't have to worry about it. So. Southern Card says, how do you determine what gets put into inventory and what ends up untracked in a box somewhere? What? I determine that by what I get from inventory, or what I get from my distribution, and then I put it in my inventory. I don't keep things hidden away. We used to do that. We used to put like a case of stuff away for when stuff was going crazy, or if we had just like a bunch of stock of stuff, we might throw a case or two of like hidden fates we did with the tins and things like that, just to have some back stock just in case they went crazy. But as it is right now, we just want to move stuff and sell through what we have and keep the money circulating, so that's not as important as it used to once be to us. So we just sell stuff, as we get it. I don't keep anything back. We just keep it moving. I'm assuming that's what you meant by that question. If it's not, you can elaborate. It should be fine. 2, 3, do 3. Next deck here. Audrey Sampson, hello, good morning, or good afternoon, depending. Sounds like you were describing the site Drip with comments about the duck races and stuff. Yes, Drip is another one. Drip and whatnot kind of go back and forth. They're both very similar. So, Zach Devers, hello. I'm not your dad. You gonna do a video on opening some Brilliant Star like you did with Fusion Strike? Yes. Probably Wednesday, Thursday of next week. We'll get the pre-release stuff in, and then I'll do a video on it. Definitely. Kenny L. Hey, Mason. Hey. How are you? Pokebob. Yes, I meant modern, he says. So if you buy from our website and you buy 6 of it, we're going to ship it out in a case. So we don't, for stuff like that, it's so well packaged, and the cases that come in are so, nice and sturdy that we just slap a label on it and out it goes. So yes, if you buy 6 of a box, you'll get that case. Yes. Jason talking about graded stuff, graded vintage stuff. I'm seeing a lot of people doing like the PSA return videos and stuff like that. I have not been on eBay or like keeping on top of that kind of stuff to see what the actual amount of any given card is on eBay or wherever. So the market may still be good on those, to where they might have some more room to wiggle down. But it's hard to know. For graded stuff, it's all arbitrary and how much is out there, and it's really hard to track that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just it's really hard, and I'm just not. I don't see a lot of movement and buy and sell auto created stuff to know, um, and give you an idea of a scope of like if something is trending up or down price wise in any given grade for a card. So I wish I could be more help, but that's a realm of for some other experts out here on YouTube than me. If you want to talk modern, I got modern all day, and I'll talk to you about modern all day, about price wise and whether or not it's a good buy or not. I'll give you my opinion on that. But slab prices, who knows? I have no idea. So sorry. Coloring cards, like singles. Let me go back to your question because I don't remember it now. What goes into singles that go into our inventory? Yeah, so it just depends if we need that card or not. For a lot of stuff, even like Magic singles and stuff, if we don't have the card in stock, we'll stock it and give it, 30 or 60 days. There are certain stuff that just wouldn't sell in store, like really super high priced Magic cards, for example, for like Invocations or Masterpiece cards. Those are not very likely to sell in store, so we'll just dump those off to like a TCG player, just because the market and the eyeballs are going to be on those a lot more than on our website. But stuff like that will move. It's just whether or not we think it's going to move in store or not determines where we put it. So, MetaZoo asks if I'm going to be carrying Wilderness, and how do I feel about allocations? I haven't seen numbers on Wilderness, or I haven't even had an invite to pre-order it yet. So, because I'm with Binder POS and Channel Fireball owns them, I get my MetaZoo stuff from Channel Fireball, and they're normally like a little slow on both offering pre-releases are taking in requests for that kind of stuff, and sometimes we get it on release, sometimes we don't, sometimes it's delayed a little bit. So yeah, it's I am at Channel Fireball's mercy on MetaZoo, unfortunately, just because I don't have any other outlet to purchase it through. So Kenny L asks what my favorite food is. Man, what is my favorite food? I really do enjoy a good steak, like most, warm-blooded Americans. But I'm gonna do like you guys remember Everybody Loves Raymond, and he loved like lemon rosemary chicken. I also really like lemon rosemary chicken, like a good peel off, some broccoli, something like that. That's like a good meal to me that I really enjoy. Something like that. I'm gonna go with that, just because it's different. Nickel asks what your most played TCG is. I'm assuming you mean like in our store, Nickel. Definitely we do get a lot of Magic casual, like commanders and people that just come up and play. Most played is probably, most people that come in like with organized play is probably Flesh and Blood, actually. But I do get people that come in and play all kinds of different stuff. Like our play area is just open, so we'll get people in there that play. They'll play D&D up there. They'll do Pokemon. They'll do. There's even people that go in there and play Yu-Gi-Oh, and we don't even have Yu-Gi-Oh singles, but they come up there and play, which is fine, So yeah, we see a little bit of everything, but the most like unique players that come on like a regular like weekly basis is probably Flesh and Blood. Tosi asks, what's my take on eBay's authentication process? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier, Toasty. I think it's just to recap real quick. eBay does this already with like sneakers, high-end sneakers. They send it off and they get checked, and then they go off to the seller. So it's not like a new concept for them. Basically, the only reason that they're doing it is just to compete with StockX, to be honest, and that. My take is like so many other people that my concern is that if it goes through these grading companies that are already backlogged, that it's going to just take longer for people to get their cards. So again, all of the takes that are already out there, it's kind of like my take as well. So I don't really have anything like super interesting to add to it. So Shirish Sarkar. Hello, good morning. How are we doing? It says, personally, I feel like slabs are overrated and most people care about raw cards more. To an extent. There's definitely been an uptake in people that care about slabs. But there are definitely a lot of just casual, just like, ooh, I like that card, it's cute, or I love that Pokemon, so I'm gonna buy it. There's still tons of people that collect that way and buy that way, so yeah, it's not unusual to see people still just buy raw cards and just collect raw cards. It's definitely still a thing. Ty Steve says, is that a Kickstarter box next to the Ditto Flareon? Yes, it is my Kickstarter box that I opened. Would love to hear your thoughts on which 2021 sets performed well or have lasting potential. I'm assuming we're just talking about Pokemon, because it gets complicated if we do other games. I mean, I did talk about this a little bit earlier too, when people were asking about Chilling Reign, or then I thought Chilling Reign was what is going to do long term. Every set pales in comparison to Evolving Skies, and will continue to just not stack up. I think Brilliant Stars is a fantastic set, and it's awesome, but also long term will not do as well as Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is an absolute beast of a set that is fantastic, has awesome cards in it. People continue to think of the EVs as not being super strong or a thing to base a set off of, and they are wrong. All those cards are going to really stay desirable and stay up in price, and those booster boxes, we already see it happening, where the supply dries up, that box is going to go and creep up ever higher. We are definitely already seeing it happen, and we are going to continue to see it happen, because that set is the best. It's the best set I've said potentially ever for Pokemon. Definitely the best modern set in a long time. Long time. So, yeah. Everything else sucks compared to Evolving Skies, just because Evolving Skies is so amazing. Just everything else is so great. Or everything else is fine. But Evolving Skies is so above and beyond all the rest of them. If you're talking about a set from 2021 that is going to be the best, there is no other sets to talk about. It's Evolving Skies. Sorry. Hot take. Kinda. Not really. It's really not a hot take, but yeah. Pac-Man asks, does anybody have a fix for bending cards? Warping cards. You're talking about like hollow warping. Let me see if I get an example. You're talking like, that's not a good example because it's sealed. Let's not do that. Dang. A card like that has a little bit of a scoop like that. Pac-Man, if that's what you're talking about, there's a way that you can kind of stop it from happening, but this card will eventually, its natural state is going to be like that. It just is. Even in great conditions, even in like humidity controlled conditions, these like early jungle or early Japanese sets that are foil, they're going to have a natural curl tone. They just are. There's modern stuff that also curls and warps like that. It is a thing that Magic has struggled with forever. Putting them in just card saver ones, something that's very very tight on the card. Sleeving definitely helps. Putting them in a perfect fit sleeve that's a little tighter. It doesn't allow for it to bend. It gives a little more resistance to it warping like that. See how see how these penny sleeves are just so loose. If you put this in like a perfect fit sleeve, it's going to be more resisting of any warping. So look into those if you want to like try to just naturally just fight that off a little bit. But yeah, warping is inevitable. There's no real way to stop it from happening. People are offering suggestions for fixing warp cards. Putting them between books, yeah, all that stuff definitely does work. But eventually, natural state of things is going to be where the hollows curl. Especially those early cards, they will curl. Sadie Alexander says hi. Hello. Do you like airplanes? Airplanes are fun. They're great. Planes are awesome. Planes are a engineering and physics define marvel of a thing that exists. And I think people take that for granted. Oh, I see what you did. You hooked us in with airplanes, and then you want to talk about Jesus. That's fair. It's a fair way to do it. Sirius asks, he hears me about Evolving Skies, but what makes you think it'll outpace the others? It already has. It already is currently outpacing. It is the only set on release to go up in price after release because of demand. In all the craziness of last year, and all the craziness of what's been going on, it's the only set to do that. When the environment was all the same for all the other sets as well. And that's not going to change. People aren't going to magically just not want to care about EVs anymore. Those cards are going to be forever desirable. And the singles are going to be desired. As people buy the singles, people are going to want to open the packs and pull those singles. The more high the singles go up in price. So, yeah, it's a set that, of all the stuff, is going to outpace everything. Because it already is. Elon Muck is here. Hey Elon, how are you doing? Good morning. Or good afternoon, depending. Poke Garage asks my thoughts on alpha investments buying 250,000 worth of Chilling Rain. Poke Garage, I say that is 250,000 worth less of Chilling Rain out there. Off the market. So it helps. So, yeah. I've talked about Rudy a little bit, and he has a way of existing that is like self-fulfilling prophecies. If he says something's going to happen, he has the pull and the influence to make it happen. So, yes. He has that kind of power, and he's going to do that kind of stuff. So, it's pretty normal that if he says something's going to happen, it's going to happen because out of his sure will that it's going to do what he wants it to because he has that kind of power and that kind of influence. So, sorry guys, I just had to say bye to Sadie just because I want to. Aren't there, Shirish continues on, says, aren't there examples of popular sets in their time that were outpaced by unpopular sets later? Generations versus Evolutions, for example. Generations versus Evolutions is kind of a rough take, just because you're comparing a specialty set versus a set that was in print for literally years. So, but yeah, those aren't really comparable. As far as like set, like play sets or standard sets or regular sets go, Evolving Skies is gonna be it. Now, will there be something that is less printed and not as common, be more expensive than it? Probably, sure, of course. But if I had to bet on a horse, if this was Whatnot and we were betting on pirate races and duck races, the duck that I would choose would be Evolving Skies. Pokefresh, hello. Good to see you in here. Appreciate you. Wesley asks, do you also think that many people come into the hobby for money and not just for fun? Yeah, Wesley, we see a lot of that. I think a lot of people want to make like a profound statement about people that come into the hobby because there's value and money here. I think that's kind of a not fair argument, because don't you want your collectibles to have value? Aren't there people out there that wanted to be a part of the frenzy and the excitement of having and pulling expensive things? That's part of the fun, I think. To me, I don't want to pull. I'll pull an awesome card, and that's awesome, and it looks great, and woo, hooray! But if it also has value behind it, and people also want it, and it's desirable, and you want to have that in your collection, and you're willing to pay to have that in your collection, that helps the hobby in general, and the hobby as a whole. That people are willing to pay money for the end result as opposed to the sealed product. Both those things can exist and be nice. So, there's a little column A and a little column B that makes and is important to maintain. So, that's something to think about. MetaZoo asked if I have played Pokemon Legends Arceus. I have. I am a 3-star at the current time on the third section, and I just caught my Growlithe, so I'm excited. I haven't even pulled it out of the box to go get it yet, but I finally caught one last night, and I was so happy that I just went to bed. Now the game can start because I have my puppy that I can go and fight things with. So. Van Vang asks if I shipped his Dark Charizard yet. I did see that you got that van. I'm working on it, the stacks right now. So it's going out today. It'll go into the mail today, and it's gonna make some progress today. So I'm excited that you're excited because that card was insane, and I'm glad it's going to a place that's going to be appreciated. So. Theo Millstrom says, I alternate the direction my halls are facing in the box to try to offset the curling some. Interesting. I have never heard of that before. That sounds really cool. Huh. I'm gonna try that out. See if I can influence things to either curl or not curl that way. That's neat. Thank you for sharing that. Jason asks, what do I think is going to happen after Sun and Moon ETBs and Cosmic Eclipse random product appearance? I think that what is going to happen is that they're going to go up in price. Pokefresh asking if I'm going to go to Collecticon Orlando. I am not, unfortunately. Don't have any plans to go anywhere or to any Collecticons currently. Maybe, potentially. We'll see. Kelly Brunner says, good morning, Mason. I hope you are or have been well. I am well. I'm currently well. And in the past, I have also been well. So, yes. Thank you. Thoughts on Shining Fates? Shining Fates is... Man, what do I say about Shining Fates? Shining Fates was... Oh god, hot take time. Shining Fates was a shoehorned set that really doesn't have a place. It was like an extra set that was really weird. I wish they had made that and Champion's Path into one set, because that would have been awesome and been a crazy awesome set. It would have been a truly unique and a just hell of a banger backed up after Hidden Fates. To come up with Shining Fates with the Rainbow Charizard VMAX. It would have been crazy. That whole set would have been amazing. So, but Shining Fates by itself, it's still fine. Like, the other sets, or the other cards that are with it, all the baby shinies and the the regular shinies, those are all cool. And we had reprints of playable stuff, which was cool. If we were playing the game, it'd have been cooler. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of Sword and Shield Pokemon that people don't care about. More or less, really. So that kind of sucks, that there's that negativity with it. But, it's in a weird spot, man. I want to be hyped about Shining Fates, and I think that there's good collectability to Shining Fates. I think it's just, I think about what it could have been, and probably if all things were normal and normal conditions and no Rona everywhere, we probably would have seen it, and it would have been a cool set. That would have fell right in that slot where Champion's Path was, and it would have been awesome. But as it is, it's just kind of a weird, just like a nice set, but not like an amazing set like Hidden Fates was. That's my take. Calicook says, any thoughts on Evolving Skies price trend upward? Yeah, we talked about Evolving Skies a little bit. Pokemon Com will likely reprint the booster box more than other sets. I would say so. Of any of the recent sets right now, the only thing that needs a reprint is Evolving Skies. Booster box wise, I've sold more Evolving Skies booster boxes than I have of Fusion Strike in the past month. So that's pretty telling that people are still super excited about Evolving Skies and wants more Evolving Skies. Obi-Wan Kenobi asks, if a vintage booster box or vintage booster came into your shop, i.e. Quapless or Gym Series, would you consider purchasing it? Or are you not interested in something like that? Yes. If I get it for a good price, I would absolutely buy it. For sure. Absolutely. In the middle of all the hype, we bought a Jungle Fruit Edition box. And that's not typically that I would ever think to have or would have had in my store. But just worked out to where we had a Jungle First Ed box come in, and we bought it and we sold it, and we did very well with it. So yeah, I'm not opposed for something that's cool and has value. I will absolutely consider anything like that, for sure. Anonymous says, combining Champion's Path and Shining Fates is such a good idea. Yeah, and I've said it before, Anonymous. My running theory, just throwing it out there, was that they were meant to be together. And that something somewhere that couldn't happen. So they split them up. Or maybe Pokemon just thought they could make more money that way and they split them up anyways. That's also a thing. But yes, I believe that they were meant to have been together. Just a theory. Shears asks, after Gen 3, what are your thoughts on the popularity of gens after that? Do they descend in popularity as new gens come out? Or are certain ones more so than others? There was definitely... Diamond and Pearl is definitely like, to me, a very meh generation. But also, it is not what I am most nostalgic for. Right here in this little, 15-year-old range is where you want to be for like peak nostalgia, because the 10 to 15-year-olds that were playing Pokemon then become 20 to 25-year-olds that can buy that stuff. So, Diamond and Pearl is obviously hitting right there where you want to be, but then after that, we're going to see Black and White. I think Black and White's going to be a set that a lot of people are going to want to come back to. Black and White is a set that a gen that I personally don't have a lot of experience with. So, and those DS games have exploded in price. They're so expensive. Both Black and White and Black and White 2, both of those are super dumb expensive. So, I think just based on price alone, Black and White's going to do very well for reprints or remakes, remasters, whatever you want to call them. And if if they're on maybe the next gen Switch, or Switch has a couple more years to it, yeah, they're gonna do great. So Black and White seems to be pretty popular of a gen, and then kind of falls off. X and Y, I like X and Y, but I know a lot of people didn't. Sun and Moon was probably a low point. I think people like Sword and Shield. I think people appreciate Sword and Shield a decent amount, more than Sun and Moon. So that's saying something. But yeah, I think Black and White and Sword and Shield are probably the next popular after the Gen 1, 2, 3. So. Cowboy Empires says someone came into my shop saying they were reprinting Evolving Skies and someone did a big buyout, which is why there's no product available anymore. Wait. Oh, that they weren't reprinting Evolving Skies and someone did a big buyout. No. I mean, both could be true. They could be not reprinting Evolving Skies anymore, and then that's going to cause prices to go up. But I think prices are up in general. And the people that want to and have stared longingly at all these awesome EVs and Rayquaza and all that from Evolving Skies, and they couldn't get your hands on it. They didn't want to pay the prices. It finally went down in price to be normal, so people latched onto it and opened it because they finally could. I think that's what is causing the prices to be back to where they are. Not that there's some big Illuminati-esque buyout going on. I doubt that. It's not possible. You're talking like 100,000 boxes, 200,000 boxes of Evolving Skies, and for all that, just for somebody to buy that out is insane. I doubt it. Impossible. It's just true, genuine demand. MetaZoo is asking about serial cards. That Wilderness is confirmed for serial cards, and that Magic is obviously tinkering with it, experimenting with it. And if we're going to see it in Pokemon, and they would be forced to. I don't think they're going to be forced to. That'd be. Forced is a weird term. Pokemon is unique in that you can keep reprinting Charizard and have it be different than the last Charizard, whereas other card games, they're uniquely named, so you can only reprint the card so many times before it floods the market or doesn't do anything to the market anymore. How many shiny swords and fire and ice can you make in Magic before people just stop caring? So taking cards that are getting reprinted over and over and need reprints possibly, but still need to be stonked. That adding stamped numbers to them is a good way to up the demand and up the rarity for those. So I think that's a pretty normal thing that you could see. Yeah, MetaZoo again. MetaZoo pushing the collector's aspect of the game and wanting collectors and people that want to chase something to go after that kind of stuff. Yes, they're going to start and keep pushing that kind of stuff out. So, they have to add some chase and rarity and stuff to it as the print runs get bigger and bigger. So you have to add something in there to add chase, and for set cards to be of the chase, not something like an old scratch or something like that where it's one of so many in a box, but there's 100,000 boxes now. How are you going to do 100 cards, 100 of those, and that anybody cares that you're going to have them or want to chase them in a box when there's 100,000? There's only 100 of them available. You got to get something more interesting and more normal and normalized, and stamped cards are the way to do it when you have a bigger print run like that. I think so. Zach says we need more sets with less Charizards. I agree. I'm not big on Charizard. I get it. I understand the nostalgic factor for it, but yeah. Sell crypto now. This is a good take. Collectability in Magic is manufactured, where in Pokemon it's organic. Pokemon has barely changed, while if Magic keeps trying new flashy crap that gets old fast. I agree with the first part. Magic is definitely a player's game. Pokemon is a collector's game, or collector's market. So they're different. They are the people that buy the product is fundamentally different. So what works in Magic is not going to work for what works in Pokemon. It's very different. But you say Pokemon has barely changed. I disagree. Pokemon has changed a lot of how they do things. There's always new flashy stuff every 3 sets, every 4 sets. All these blocks that have Vs, VMAXs, V-Stars, it's all EXs, GXs, all that stuff is being renewed every time. So Pokemon is going through the rarity and chasing and pushing rarity on flashy crap just like Magic is. Magic just has to get to a point where the player wants that flashy crap, as opposed to Pokemon that puts out anything flashy that's Charizard and people are going to buy it, or anything that's flashy that has popular Pokemon on it, people are going to buy it. So it's 2 different type of buyers, same type of product, but the person that wants and really desires a Pokemon card for whatever reason is different from the person that desires a Magic card, because it's a different reason. It's different buyers. John says a set with all Charizards. No other cards but Charizard. We already had that. It's Champion's Path. It's called Champion's Path. Psychozan 71. Be careful if you're buying PSA, someone faking PSA slabs to include security feature. Only way to tell is actually touch them. Like cracking it and touching the security feature, or touching the pack or the thing itself. Pee-wee says, hi Mason. Hello. Nice for you to join us. Appreciate you. Glad to catch your live stream. What's your thoughts on MetaZoo releasing so many promo cards for pretty much every product they have? To get people interested in collecting, buying, and adding limitedness to what they're after. Throwing out a promo in whatever product that you want to put out is definitely a way to get people to buy it that wouldn't otherwise. So that's nothing new. That's a very TCG, very card gamey way to do things. But Do I think there's getting to be too many? I think that when they make unique stuff, it's neat. And if they limit to like one per spell book, it's neat because then you don't have to have tons of this card. And if they're expensive and it gets to be overpowered, that if you run a bunch of them, you automatically win. So it's like a pay to win kind of thing. That would suck. It's something that they need to be careful about. But if they're unique, and even if they're maybe, you gotta be careful when releasing promos that aren't playable, because then it's not it becomes less of a trading card game, and it becomes more about I have this one thing and you don't, so it has value. Promos are hard. Promos are hard to get right, and to have them be valuable and have people that desire them. Like MetaZoo says, yeah, if they're like funny, neat, and unique in that way, I think they're way cooler than if they're like a reprint of something that exists already, or like a reskin of something. Those are fine, but yeah, you just gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. I'll probably do, we'll go to 1:30 there, guys, so 10 more minutes if you guys want to ask anything else. I didn't do very good shipping like I normally do, but I do appreciate and like hanging out with you guys, so if you want to throw anything else at me while I continue pretending like I am shipping things. But then I actually have to get to actually doing some work today, so. No, Pee-wees, it's, you're welcome, but no, it's not a big deal. Asking me cool and interesting questions is fun. I like questions that I've never had before, because I can answer the same question over and over and over a lot. So seeing something new and different, it's refreshing. It's nice. Trax Phantom says, do bulk cards have value? That's the interesting thing about bulk cards, is that some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them will in the future, some of them won't. Some of them have value now that won't have value in the future. So yeah, it's that's the thing about bulk. You just don't know. But yes, Pokemon bulk typically does have value. People do like repacks with them and sells them in big lots on eBay and makes money that way. So Pokemon definitely does have value to it. Jason says, will you let us know of any oddities or strange reprints? Like set reprints? Yes, of course. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, sure. Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate the back and forth and like pushing back and stuff like that. I'm not pushing back, but having discussions with me. I enjoy that. So I'm glad that we were able to do that and have a dialogue back and forth. It's fun. Thank you. Derek Knowles asks, "Hey Mason, do you have Evolving Skies booster boxes in stock right now?" I think I do have very, very few Evolving Skies in stock right now. It's probably not going to last very long. I sell Evolving Skies in store by the box very often, so we'll sell a couple cases worth a week possibly. So what I got is what I got, and then there's no more reprints that I see or I've heard about. So Evolving Skies might be hard to get your hands on here a little bit more very, very soon. So get it while you can. Audrey Sampson says, in regards to your recent store credit video, do you think that allowing store credit for new releases sealed products is okay? A lot of stores I know don't allow that. Due to them acquiring old for the new hotness. Yeah, I mean, I kind of addressed it a little bit on the video itself. I don't understand it. Value is value. Money is money. If you price something, it should be priced at a comfortable margin. Obviously, if you're giving stuff away, if you're giving stuff away, you're not making money regardless. So, yeah, it's really easy to go in the negative if you're selling the new hotness for too cheap. So, yeah, you just gotta be. If stores are mindful of margins and money, what does it matter if you lose 20 boxes on a Battle Styles booster box or versus a Brilliant Stars booster box? You're still out 20 bucks if you pay it out in store credit. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I never understood what the big fuss was about using things on certain things. MetaZoo says, I've seen some of your kitties in the background of some interviews. Yes, I have 4 cats at my house, and they are in the background constantly, and they are annoying. They're not annoying, they're cute, but 4 is too many. Shears asks, it says one more question. As boxes go up in price over time, how do singles react? Do they go up at the same rate, go down, go up slower, etc.? And will it change based on people coming in mainly for investment purposes? Investing long term into sets that are singles. Investing in singles is hard. That's why a lot of people don't do it. It's a bad way to gauge how and what people are going to want in the future. Because I could say, yeah, people love Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is great. Buy up all the singles from Evolving Skies because people are going to want those cards forever. And I said that earlier. But what if Pokemon turns around and makes shiny versions of all those same arts? All the alt arts, the Pokemon in it is shiny. And it's like in some new, beautiful, weird, shiny vault set. Then those all go to poo-poo. So, it's very difficult to make that sort of decision and tell somebody, yes, this slam dunk guarantee. Boom. So yeah, it's hard to say. That's the stuff you got to think about. The stuff that can't happen. We've never seen a reprint of an alt art. That'd be weird. So mentally, you should think, oh, that card is safe. Not necessarily. Nothing is safe anymore. I used to think a lot of things were safe with Pokemon. things were safe after reprints and stuff like that. But yeah, it's nothing's sacred anymore. So it's hard to say what singles are going to do what, and you know, so luck is involved in a lot of things in investing. The safest way and safest thing to say is if you're investing in singles, don't. Trax Phantom says, "What's the oldest sealed booster box I have?" I don't have really super old booster boxes. I think the oldest one I have is just I think it's just Darkness Ablaze, and that's not saying much. Like I think that's the oldest one that we have right now. Yeah, Jason, I was throwing it out as an example of something that could potentially happen. Alt arts don't get a reprint typically, but yes. You never know. You never know. Yes, Toasty, I saw the sparkling Pokemon in the future specialty sets. It'll probably be our our yearly special set for the sparkling Pokemon. It'd be cool. Pee-wee asks if they're ever going to run out of new Pokemon. They could probably, you know, work with what they have for a while and still be good. Probably. There's a lot of Pokemon out there that don't get a lot of love. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. And appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys keeping me company on this Monday. Looks like I mailed out a total of 4 packages. So, but always appreciate talking to you guys, hanging out, and asking me questions. And I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, the store, supporting Card Shop Candidates. Appreciate all you guys doing all that. And keeping this fun. So I appreciate y'all.